Hey everybody, welcome back. And if you are brand new to my channel, thank you so much for watching today. My name is Jennifer and hopefully you will enjoy what we have in store in the video today. So we are gonna be using the Tom Ford Burnished Amber. This is a re-promote, reintroduction, whatever you wanna call it. Those are the shades. This is part of a collection kit that Nordstrom is doing for their anniversary sale. Their anniversary sale ends the 30th. So if I time this correctly, this will be going up approximately 5 or 6 days before the sale ends. So it came in this gold, I have it upside down. It came in this gold box. You can see there was the Burnished Amber in the middle, and then it came with these tiny, tiny little lipsticks. You know, I don't even know how big they are, but there's Casablanca and Scarlet Rouge. Actually, these sizes are like perfect for me because I don't go through lipsticks that quickly. Even when I was wearing lipsticks all the time and you know, wasn't wearing masks, I didn't go through a lot of lipsticks, and I actually threw out a number of Tom Ford lipsticks in the beginning because the original formula of Tom Ford lipsticks had some issues. So they actually, a lot went bad. In fact, my Casablanca went bad. And I never repurchased it, not because I didn't love the color, but because I have so many lipsticks, I was like, whatever. So even though this is super tiny, it's actually perfect. This is the Casablanca, this is the Scarlet Rouge. Of course, I will swatch them for you, but let's go ahead and talk about the Burnished Amber. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna use it on my eyes. This is not gonna be a tutorial, guys. This is just using the product so you can see what it looks like. I'm also gonna talk about a couple of other kits, if you will, that they have on the anniversary sale. Giorgio Armani has these like liquid, shiny, I'll put the name of what they actually are. They're liquid lipsticks, but they're not like matte drying lipsticks. They're really beautiful. If you want to pick those up, I think those are still available. And then YSL, Yves Saint Laurent has this gift set with the 2 shiny shades. And so I'll swatch all of those for you, and then we'll decide, depending on the eye look, which one we should use today. So, like I said, the sale should be ending soon. Hopefully you've taken advantage of it. This year hasn't, in my opinion, hasn't been as great as some others, but there has been some things, obviously, that I picked up. I also picked up the Dr. Dennis Gross mask, the LED mask, which I haven't had a chance to use yet. I'm gonna try to use it tonight. I'll let you guys know. I am testing out a skincare regime with Tatcha, so I wanted to try that out for a little while before I introduced the mask, because I wanted to see how that was working without the confusion, to see if, you know, it was the mask or the skincare, you get it. So anyway, so I have a lot of updates for you guys in September. If you've watched me before, you know that September is going to be a low buy, no buy month for me. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of things that I've purchased in the past few months, updates on those, tutorials, real tutorials, not like what I'm doing right, you know, most of the time. Like a step-by-step process about how to get an eye look, mixing up old and new. I'm gonna do some favorites. So I'd love to hear what your suggestions are below about what you'd like to see. As always, guys, I really do value your suggestions and opinions. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna be able to do all of them. It doesn't mean that I'm disrespectful of your suggestions and comments. I just can't do everything. I hope you understand that. So let's go ahead and dive in, and we're gonna chat a little bit while we do this. My brushes need to be washed so badly. So terrible. Those of you who have large brush collections, you know, like, it's a struggle to keep all these things clean. Okay, so let's go in. Let's swatch it for you first. All right, so here's the brown. That's the brown shade. I'm not sure. I don't know what to call it, but that's the brownish, the warm brown shade. And here is what I would consider, they're actually all kind of similar shades. I know that sounds odd, but they're not, they have the same like kind of color story. So this is the more burgundy, I would say, shade. Now I'll show you the cranberry shade. And if you watched me do the Chanel Fall 2020 where I did the Experience eyeshadow quad, I showed you that they were similar. That's the cranberry. And then here is the lightest shade, which to be honest, kind of blends into my skin, which is not necessarily bad, but on a darker skin tone, this would be definitely more of a contrast. That's more of a, what would you call my skin? Uncooked chicken shiny? I don't know. This is like a cream shade. So those are the 4 shades. And that's what it looks like. I actually did give in and buy, because I can't help myself, the Chanel fall collection, the Provocation, and the liners, and a nail polish. I know. I was so impressed by the formula of the new Chanel, the experience, that I was like, you know what, I'll try it. Worst case scenario, I really don't like it, and I can rehome it to a friend of mine who has a darker skin tone than I do. It's obvious to me that it looks great on a darker skin tone. It's the lighter skin tones that are tougher to do. But you know, I have seen other lighter skin tone content creators use it, and they've come up with great ways to use it. It's actually looked really beautiful. So hopefully I'll create a good look with it. And I will compare it to this one and the experience, all 3, once I get it. Like I said, my buying days end in a week, so had to get it in now. All right, so let's go in with the brownie-ish shade. Let's take this one, which is like, it's got like more of a shiny, almost like a shimmery burgundy shade. I think it's really pretty, but we're gonna see how it works on the eyes. And the first brush I used, by the way, was the Rephr 15 brush. If you guys haven't used Rephr is like a smaller independent company that started, I think it was a Kickstarter actually. And it has brushes made in Japan. Oh, that's really pretty. It has brushes made in Japan. They are beautiful brushes, and they have concept stores. So if you get on their list, they'll come out with like new types of brushes, and you get them for like, I think it's half off, and they're actually pretty reasonably priced for what they are already. And like, you can try their brushes in their concept store, and they'll ask you for feedback, and they'll ask you for like, you know, how the brush worked on you or whatever. And you get an amazing deal on a beautifully designed brush. And you get to shape, you know, how the brushes are made and created and what works best for you, which I think is, in my opinion, a win-win. I'm also gonna go in with the Wayne Goss number 3. We're gonna buff this out. Wayne Goss number 3 is a brush that, if you've watched me for a while, I think I've used in every video. If you wonder how that's possible, I have 2 of them because it's not always clean. I'm actually gonna get a 3rd one. I think is it Chikuhodo? Shoot, I don't remember, but there's a brush being unveiled probably the day this goes up, actually, on Beautylish, that it's a kabuki brush, and it has a little like dog motif. Again, for those of you who don't know, I have three dogs that I love, and so I'm a big dog person, and so I'm definitely gonna buy that brush. And the day that I order it, I think I'm gonna order some more Wayne Goss brushes, including my 03, because it's a brush that I use every single time. So why not have more then? The 03 is my favorite, but it's not the only Wayne Goss. I have the Wayne Goss collection, you know, the ones, so I come over here, I have these like the wood collection brushes. These are gorgeous. I have a bunch of Wayne Goss brushes. I have a bunch of different, all kinds of, I have Sonia G, Wayne Goss, Chikuhodo, Rephr, BK Beauty. You know, there's a bunch of great brushes out there. I actually did do a video where I did like sort of top 10 brushes. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. All right, so I think that's really pretty. I do want to bring you in a little bit closer as I do this so you can see a little bit better. Here we go. Sorry about the gray hair, guys. This should be the last video that goes up with the gray hair. I think I now have to get my hair done every 3 weeks, which is insane, but I think that's where we are because my hair is growing faster. I don't know. So let's go with the 203. This is the BK Beauty. Yeah, I don't know how my hair is growing faster, but it seems to be doing that. Let's go with the lightest shade, the cream shade. I'm gonna put that on my lid. I've actually talked to a few of you about like my hair care, my process. And I actually do have some, you know, absolutely go-to products that I can recommend and use depending on like the type of look I'm going for. I just don't know exactly how I'm gonna do a video on it, but let me know. Some of you have said that you're interested in hearing more about it. So we're gonna use the cranberry. Let's use this cranberry shade. Oh, that's pretty, I think. I actually think that's nice. You know, one of the reasons that I wasn't greatly impressed by the Chanel collection when it first came out was because I'm not, I don't like pink. Pink is just, I don't know. I just never liked pink. It's never been, I like greens, I like blues, and I actually think they look better on me than pinks or purples. But what I guess I didn't really get was that the shades are, yes, red, pink, but they actually have kind of a warm cast and warm undertone to them, which I actually kind of like and it can work. I did a video with the Chanel, as I said, experience, and I actually liked the way it turned out. And I liked the shades in that. Now that obviously is more toned down and definitely more neutral than the Provocation or the Seduction that are the new ones, but still. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. This is again the BK Beauty 203. I'm gonna go back in with that brown shade, the original. It's not really brown, it's like a warm brown. And I'm just gonna go back over the cranberry color just to neutralize it a little. Let's take a little bit of that cream shade, put it up here. You know, one thing I did not mention, guys, and I'm sorry, I should have mentioned it earlier. This is not Tom Ford's wet dry formula, so don't wet this one. This is more of a powdery formula. One of the things that I would say about that is it does make it less intense. It's more subtle. The shades are not as pigmented because when you use the wet dry formula, you can definitely make a much more intense look. You really can't do that with this one because it's not that formula. It's not the wet dry formula. Okay, so let me clean up the eye area just a little bit. One thing I will say about this one particular look, if you're using cranberries, these types of reddish shades, I think it's very important to try to remove as much redness from your skin as you can. I have a lot of redness to my skin, so I used a foundation that has more of a peach undertone to it, and I was careful with my blush today to not do something that was pink. I used the Chanel Alizane, which by the way is available right now in the burgundy CCs, the red CCs, the special packaging. It definitely has more of a peach tone as well. And I did not use the Gucci bronzer. I used the Tom Ford bronzer in Terra. It definitely still has a cool undertone, but it's not nearly as red. Because I think with the red on your eyes, if you have red hair, I think if you did too much red everywhere else, I think, this is just my opinion, I think that would be, for me, that would be too much. How's that? For me, it would be too much. So I am gonna use a Tom Ford liner. I'm gonna use Espresso. I'm gonna use Tom Ford because I'm using Tom Ford. And so let's darken up the lash line a little bit. I'll do the top line and the lower lash line. Okay, so let me bring you in really close for the eye look, and then I'll curl my lashes and put on mascara. Super, super close. Okay, so let me show you the look. Let me curl my lashes, put on mascara. I'm gonna use the Tom Ford Badass Mascara. I figure, you know, we're doing Tom Ford on the eyes, so let's stick with it. All right, finished eye look with mascara. Final thoughts on the quad. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really nice. I think the pigment's pretty. I actually like that this is less intense because for me, if I'm gonna do something with the cranberry shades in it, I don't necessarily want the intensity. I would say though, if you're a deeper skinned person, this might not be as interesting to you. You might wanna go with the Chanel if you're looking for those reddish, like the cranberry and red shades. Because of this powdery formula, it is more subtle. Yeah, I think it's more wearable, especially for a very pale person, but it might not be pigmented enough. You have a very deep skin tone. So I like it. I actually really think it's pretty, and I think it's very much on trend right now with the color stories that are coming out. But again, is it gonna be a favorite? To be honest, no. I'm gonna stick with my greens and my blues. I also like golds, like those kinds of shades, like bronzes. So this won't be a favorite, but it's very pretty. Lipsticks. So like I said, the Tom Ford came with these tiny, tiny lipsticks. Scarlet Rouge, Casablanca. Casablanca is very much, it's a great pinky nude. I hate using the word nude because that depends on your skin color. But anyway, it's pinky. It's like a pinky natural. How's that? Armani's. Okay. So the Armani, similar color story again, guys. I just think that's like, I think that's the color story for, at least right now, weird 2020. I think it's, you know, pinks and reds, which of course for me isn't great, but whatever. I mean, honestly, with everything else going on, can't really complain about, you know, color stories I don't like. It's just like, that is not your biggest problem. And if it is, your life is pretty good. Okay, so I wanna make sure I have the right shades. So this is in the Armani 501, 101, and then the last one is the most gorgeous red. It's 400. It's actually one of my favorite red shades. It's like a blue red. It's stunning on this one here. And then in the Yves Saint Laurent, again, it's a pinky shade and then a red shade, which, you know, like I said, it's the thing this year. Yves Saint Laurent. The Yves Saint Laurents though are more like, they're like glossy lips, not as pigmented as the Armani do, but I love both the shades. Okay, I think this is 9 and this is 50. I will double check and see if that's the right numbers because my eyes are going too long looking at the computers. So Scarlet Rouge, Casablanca, 501, 101, 400. I think I called this 401 before, sorry guys. 501, 101, 400. And then in the Yves Saint Laurent's, it's 9 and 50, I believe. I'll correct it if it's wrong below. But those are all the lipstick shades. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Armani 101, which is the one in the middle, which is like the most neutral, of course, shade. You know, I love that shade, but all right, that's a little bit better. I went in with the 101 Armani, which is this one, the middle one, which is like this beigey color, which I do love. But with the Eyelook, it just didn't really work. So I went over it with the Scarlet Rouge, which is the red shade from Chanel. And actually, I mean from Tom Ford, to sort of deepen it up a little bit. And I like the combination of the two. I think that works with the eyeshadow. I think the thing we always have to remember about, you know, swatches, when you swatch it on your hand, especially if you're someone like me and you're very, very pale, your lip shade is gonna be different. I have some friends who have very, very pigmented lips, and honestly, so many lipsticks that, like, you know, I put on my arm, on my hand, she's like, Jen, that's not what it's gonna look like on me. My lips are already very pigmented. Other people have very, very pale lips, and, you know, the shades show up totally differently. So mine's kind of in between. My lips are like pinkish. So the beige with this look just didn't do anything. That's my opinion. So, but anyway, I like the final. I think that looks nice. Last but not least, I'm gonna go with my Chantecaille blurring powder and just sort of buff this out. This is my Sonia G base 1 brush. And I will tell you, I was watching Abby Bliss White's, she had a live with someone from Chantecaille, and they said they are bringing back the blurring powder. It's been sold out for a while, but I think it's gonna have different packaging or something. I'm not quite sure about that. But anyway, so it will be available again, just so you guys know. Hopefully you watched my Chantecaille video that went up. Chantecaille is a favorite of mine. I love their line. So what I would say is for the anniversary sale, which ends on Sunday, I believe the Tom Ford Burnished Amber set is still available. The Armani is still available. I'm not sure about the Yves Saint Laurent. It may be sold out. There was, you know, some different ones. But if you're interested in it, again, I'll put Barbara's information. I mentioned her before in my Nordstrom haul video. She's the person that I go to for all things Nordstrom, and she might be able to get it for you. So if you want to contact her for any of these things or anything Nordstrom, she'll be happy to help. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in another video really soon. Thanks so much. Bye.